Hello traders and welcome. This is a live trading blog where I trade systems such as day trading, swing trading, position trading, and the Four Horsemen. I update videos to my YouTube site 1 to 3 times per week. If you'd like to know how I trade these systems, I have the links below. They are rule-based systems, so it takes the human emotion factor out. Which is the main reason why most beginner traders are losing money or holding them back from making real profits. I placed my orders in the beginning of the Tokyo session for my Four Horsemen and my day trading. I also placed pending orders during the beginning of the month for my position trading, and I also trade a few hours of the week. The first few hours of the week for my swing trades. Again, more information if you want to know how I trade all those, or even how I back tested all these systems. The link is below to all those videos. So we are currently at 2:42 p.m. Sunday afternoon on the 15th of November. So we're about 18 minutes away from the new week's session opening. And I have my new layout right now for you guys, because I do have a large it's a big screen monitor, and I noticed that when I was playing videos back on my small monitor, that it was the windows were looking really rather small. So I expanded everything for you. For my Four Horsemen, as you can see here, I labeled everything. I have the Euro. These are my pivot points. This is with my forex.com MT4. I plot the pivot points here, and then I place the trades on their home platform. So I have EuroCAD matching with the EuroCAD, USD CAD with the USD CAD, Australian yen with the Australian yen, Euro yen with the Euro yen. I couldn't make any changes because I have 8 charts here, so I couldn't expand much. But what I will try and do is when I'm speaking of the euro, I will just expand this chart and speak about the euro, and then bring it back down and move on to the other charts. So try and make things a little bit easier for your eye if you're watching it from a smaller monitor. So let's go ahead and run through real quick. I expanded this as well. This is my Four Horsemen. Made everything a little bit larger, easier to see. I have it also labeled right up here. We are sitting at, for the past 6 months, we're sitting at 52.8% profit, because I am in the threshold above 500. So I have $1,527 in the account right now. Started off with 1,000. I will be able to use 3,600 units right inside here. 3,600 units. We'll be trading with, and so each take profit will be worth 1,200 units. This is how it breaks down. This is my USD CAD. It's quite a bit of an underperformer in the past 6 months. I've noticed in the back testing, it goes through periods of time where it just outperforms everything else, so that's why I'm holding on to it in the profile. My Euro CAD, this is how it's performed in the past 6 months, and the Euro yen, it's just steadily gone up. Is my Australian yen, probably the better of the other 3. And this is my day trading. It's my swing trading and my position trading. Okay, so we're about a minute and a half out, and just taking a quick look here. We do have price opening up. It looks like it's going to be opening up really close to our M3, which is that red dotted line right there for the Euro CAD, and for the USD CAD, it looks like price will be opening up pretty close to the M3. I just don't. Right here, we're at central pivot for the Euro yen, so nothing right now for the Euro yen unless it gaps, and same thing with the Australian yen. Okay, so we are less than a minute out. Market opens up in 10 seconds. All right, in 2, 1, nothing at the moment. Just really close to the red M3. All right. Go ahead and put a little alert. Come up just a little bit higher on it. I'll put some alerts around here. Drop price a little bit. Oh. Okay. See, we'll drop an alert right up here. Looks like I used up all my alerts, so let me go ahead and kick off this one here. I'll drop it right here. Take off all the expirations on it. Okay, that's where we're at right now. So if we get a little bit more of a move up, I'll hear it. And let's go ahead and move on over to our swings. Okay, so I don't trade the pound US dollar, but I do trade the Australian dollar, and we're right at the weekly central pivot. I do trade the USD CAD, and we're pretty close. Nothing on the Euro USD. So I'm going to go ahead and expand my USD CAD. The pound yen I do trade, and we are not there. We're at central pivot. Australian yen I do trade. We're at central pivot. CAD yen I do trade, and we're in between. And I do trade the I don't trade the CAD yen, and I do trade the Euro yen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and short my USD CAD. And let's see here, I don't trade that one, so those are the only options as far as the dollars go. And the pound yen, no. Australian yen, no. I'm going to put it in alert. Go ahead and blow this up a little bit here for you. Okay. Make it a different sound. Okay, so here's my M2. This is how far or how close I want it to be to M2 before I take the trade. And nothing on the Euro yen. So not too much to go off of right now. Let's go ahead. I do have 3 swing trades that I need to update my targets for. Let's go ahead and get into my open trades. Okay. So first things first, let's go ahead and drop a stop for the USD CAD short. Go ahead and move this on over. So this is my USD CAD, and I'll expand it for you. All right, so we went short here. I need to drop the stop to just above the resistance. And you know what I want to do, in fact, I want to try something a little bit different here. Let's go directly into the USD CAD, which is all right. Let's move this back on over. Okay. All right, so this right up here is an hourly chart with my pivots for the week, and let me go ahead and use my indicator list here. Pivots, and make this 10. So the past 10 weeks. Okay, so now I get to compare the this week's pivots here and see how large they are. I do like this target right here. Is this it inside? It's about an average size week, so let's go ahead and move our target right here. Okay. I have a target and a stop on that one. Now I'm going to go ahead and write down the number. This is going to be number 5062. Right on my dry erase board. Okay. All right, so now I do have a couple of swing trades from last week, and they are, let's go into my Australian US dollar. Okay, let's move this out to 10 as well. So the past 10 weeks, I get to compare. Okay, so this week, compared to the others, is an inside. So I'm going to go with, let's see, this one here is going to be the short 6557. And that one was entered. Okay, so that's going to be this line right here, this green line. And what I want to do with it is bring it all the way down. This is my take profit to here. Okay. Now I have the Euro USD. Which is this one here. And that's number 6547. Just go ahead and make this 10. Okay. 6547 should be this one right here. We entered last week right in here. So let's go ahead and drag our take profit. There we go. And my other update is, oh, I should have stayed on that one. It was the USD CAD 6553. So we'll go right back to the USD CAD. That's this one here. So it looks like, yeah, that's my, let's see, 6557. Okay, so that's my stop. This is my entry. So my take profit is this guy right here. Being an inside, it's not a large inside. We'll place some right here. It's kind of like a medium. It's kind of like compared to the other one, it's a medium. All right. Let's go and move this back on over. So I have all those set up right now. So we can trade full pivots. Taking another look here real quick. Central pivot. So that's a no-go. This one we took. This is opened on central pivot. This one opened up on central pivot. This one I got my alert good. This one opened up on central pivot. I can't trade this one. I have it red. I have it marked red over here. It's hard to see it, but it didn't backtest well, so we won't trade the CAD yen. And this one opened on central pivot. Okay, so I think we have all of those in place. Going back to the four horsemen, I want to go ahead and drag this down just a little bit because it looks like the spreads are narrowing slightly, and I don't want to miss this entry. So at this part of the video, I'm actually taking the Euro CAD trade for a short. As you can see, it's popping up on the screen right there. I have to do a voiceover because I have background music playing, and as you may know, that YouTube will demonetize your videos if you have any background music. So I'm placing the trade here, and I'll be placing the stop. It took me a few minutes to realize I was playing music, and then I paused the music, and we can continue on with the live broadcast. Alright, and we'll find our stops. Five, 6, 1, 3, 7. Make sure it's an associated stop. 5, 6, 1, 3, 7. Okay, and I need to put my alert for my central pivot is 5474. What I am going to do, because the MT4 platform doesn't allow me to place any more than just a couple of alerts, I'm going to place alerts for, see, I have one here already for the USD CAD, but I want to place my straddle alerts. Just going to place one at 124263 for the Euro Yen. And we'll place one at 123386. Alright, and then I'm going to place straddle alerts for my Australian yen. 76,384. And another one I'm going to place down here at 75,698. I love these alerts because this is what it sounds like.
Alert, alert, alert.
Can't miss it. Alright, so I have my alerts in. I have my first trade on. And we're just waiting for the USD CAD to come up right about, let's see here, if I bring it, my charts to my normal size, if I have it come up to, let's see, right about in this zone right here, which is where the upper band is at right now. So if I, with the spread, if this top spread, top of the spread right here hits my alert, which is right here, then that will be my trigger to take the trade. I don't think it will allow me to place a pending order right now because the spread is just too close to where the order's at. I will try. I will try. Let's see. It will have to go to 31459. It will allow me. So I placed my entry for 459. Okay, so it will allow me to. Let me get rid of this guy and bring him down here. Okay. I have my pending order in, and if we drop below this central pivot point where I have my alert right down here, it will invalidate that setup if it doesn't trigger. So we'll go ahead and place it there. Yeah, my stop is going to end up being I've reconfigured my Fibonacci, so I have a 75 and a 25 level for my stops. And my stop's going to end up being 32072. Okay, once my trade triggers, then I will have to go in and change this stop to an associated stop, and I have to do that on my order book. The reason why I do that is because if I have all my pending take profit orders right here, and price comes down and hits a couple of them, and it comes all the way back up and hits the stop, then this, let's say I only have 1,200 units of an open position, but my stop is still at 3,600 units. Then I'll have a buy open order for 2,400 units. We don't want that to happen. All right, so I'm going to actually change this to 6.9. This is my pending order for the USD CAD. This is where 6.9 is at right here. I had it at 5.9, which was right, it's a little bit below the numbers, but I'm going to have it at 6.9. It's 4:18, so we're 1 hour and 18 minutes into the session, and I'm going to go ahead and place an alert. So once, or you know what? I'm going to expand it for you. All right. So our entry was right in here, and I want to set an alert. So when we go make a go for central pivot, I will reduce my risk. Okay, I just got an alert for the Australian yen, showing that we're going closer. Showing that we're getting closer to our M3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and place my pending order. Get right inside the numbers here. 76,517. Okay, and I'm going to place my stop. 76,907. And then I'm going to readjust my alert to be at central pivot 0520. See here. Get the actual number. Let's see. 760520. Okay. This is my pending stop. Again, I'm going to have to change that if we trigger to a associated stop. All right, 7:08 p.m. my time, which is 4 hours into the new session. I am getting an alert. And I believe it is. Yes, it is coming from my CAD. That's my alert sound. It's not my phone. And here it is. So let's go ahead and remove this guy. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce my risk. And this is my stop right here. So I'm just going to reduce it right on down to above this double top right here. That's it. I'll keep you updated. It's 4:58 a.m. So market opens up in 2 minutes. Just woke up. Been waking up. Woke up for London Open. Not much happened. Just got a couple of alerts now. Market's moving. Okay, so I did get a trigger. Ah, it's moving again. This thing's really moving. Where's my fib? Let's make sure I have this correct here. Same 6912. Okay. All right, and what else do I have going on here? All right. I am going. Okay. I see here. I am going to. I just missed an entry here. Okay. Okay. Let's get this here before I. I will be upset. Okay. 124, 409. All right, 124, 873. market is ripping. All right, so I need to switch this here. I'm going to do it off camera, so that way I'm not spending too much time recording. But I'm just going to change this stop right here to an associated stop. Okay, so I'm getting the alert on the USD CAD to remove my entry.
Alert.
USD CAD is dropping below central pivot. So let's go ahead and remove my pending order. There we go. Remove this and drop my alert on the Euro Yen at central pivot. Alright, so I am getting an alert here on my Euro CAD to move my stop.
Alert.
Alright, my Euro CAD. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. Let's remove this guy here, and I will place all my pending orders. Let's go ahead and move the stop first. So looks like I got in on this little doji right here, which is this guy right here. Let's go ahead and move my stop with spread, give it a little bit of breathing room, reduce my risk. Alright, let's go ahead and drop some entries here. Looks like my spread here is, let's go 3, let's go right about here on the entry, which is 1.54280. And this is going to be 1200. So I'm placing my targets right now. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and place another target. 53778. And my last target. Uh, 52972. All right, what I need to do now is I need to make sure I have an alert set here for my stop, so that way I can close out all my pending take profits. And then I need to place an alert here for me to move my stop to break even. All right, so there we are on the EuroCAD. I am kind of upset this morning. I was in such a deep sleep, and I leaped out of bed because I heard the alerts, and the first thing I saw was my Australian yen. I was fiddling around with my stop on Australian yen, and I was still rubbing my eyes and my blurry vision, not, just trying to become coherent. And it happened so fast. I missed that entry for the euro yen. So I'm hoping that we can kind of get a little peak up there, and then of course drop below. So that is if that was it, if that was the entry and goodbye price, then I missed a good opportunity there. So let's go ahead and take a look here real quick. I'm interested to see what the dollar's doing. Let's see. The dollar is rising slightly off of support. And let's check out our swing trading. Okay, so this was our Canadian entry at the market open. We're at central pivot. Go ahead and enlarge this here for you. That was the only swing entry that I made. We got in right in here, right at market open. I already reduced risk on that one. And yeah, that's this guy right here. The other ones are from last week. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at our day trade setups. Alright, so I don't have anything yet on the pound USD. You can see here, this is my, let's go ahead and get my pen out here. Okay, this is my M2 right here. So we're looking for a nice little bounce off the M2. Nothing for the Australian. The Canadian, if it comes up through the central pivot, then maybe a trade for tomorrow. If not, this is my M2 down here. Euro, this is my central pivot right here. It looks like if we come all the way down, this is my M2 right here. Now, my euro yen. Okay, we'll go back to this one because I got to pull the chart down. Let's go ahead and do all those right now. Okay, there's that one. There's that one. This one and this one. Okay. Okay, so on the pound yen, in fact, we did get price come above central pivot. So I need to place a pending order here now. During the London session, I did have price come. No, that's not it. Okay, during the London. So this doesn't count either, maybe for tomorrow, because we are breaking above central pivot now. This might be considered. I may consider this the bounce off the M2. I am getting a response here, so I need to place pending orders right now for the euro yen and for the pound yen. Let's do this real fast. Okay, so the one I need to do right away is the pound yen. Okay, let's get this boxed out. And I need to place let's see where exactly it is with the spread. Okay, so my take profit is going to be all the way up here. Stop is going to be right below S1. Let's go ahead and write this down in my book. I'm going to push pause while I write it down in my book. Okay, we got that one taken care of. Okay. The other one is the euro. So I'm going to mark the setup here. This was the break of, whoa, 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 whoa. What am I doing? Okay. Let's fix this. Okay, with the spread, that's good. All right. And the other one I'm looking at here is the euro yen. So we did, let's expand this here. Okay. This is what I'm looking at here. I'm looking at the breach. And this is my central pivot. And we did hit the target here. Close to M2 as possible. Might be a tomorrow trade. So we'll go ahead and drop these targets here. S1. Okay, so this is when I'm going to pause it while I write down my orders. Okay, so in fact, I am going to remove my euro yen, and I'll tell you why here in a second. Okay, so euro yen is gone. I need to take that off the books. The reason why is because we hit the red zone here. That calls for the M2, but the M2 on this pivot is below my setup. My setup is the central pivot, so it would in fact be bearish if I had to come through the central pivot. Now, if my setup was on the M3, which is down here, then if price comes down and hits the entry, I'm sorry, that's M2, weekly M2. Still too early. If price had set up, let me draw this out and expand the chart. So if price had come down and set up on the weekly M2 and then broke above the way it did, then taking it at the daily M2 would have been okay. But because the setup was right here, price would actually have to come below the setup to hit my entry. And the reason why I have my entry here again is because we already hit this red zone. So it looks like this is the zone for tomorrow, and we're going to be taking it right here for tomorrow. Okay, we had the setup here. We broke through central pivot, the weekly. What I wanted to see for this for today would be, so this is my daily central pivot right here. What I wanted to see for today is for it to come down and then up through this central pivot. If it came up here, that's fine. I would still take it right there and up. But we just stayed on top. So it looks like it's going to be a tomorrow setup, which is right now it's looking like my buy zone is going to be right inside of here. Yeah, these pivots might move down a little bit, so my buy zone may be, somewhere in here. So we'll see. It's going to be a tomorrow setup. The one thing I'm looking at very closely here, in fact, is the pound dollar, because I do have the weekly setup, or the weekly right here. So, and this is my daily. So what would be really nice is if we get something that looks like this. So this is my daily central pivot, and this is my weekly M2. So if price comes down, rejects off this, and comes above the daily pivot, then this would be a buy right here. So that's something we're going to be watching really closely. Okay, I just updated all the trade setups. So what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to go back to my swing trading, and I'm going to mark where I entered for my swing trades, just to keep everything more organized. Okay, let's go ahead and enlarge this here. That was the entry. And the other two, the other three, the other one was an Australian from last week. So last week was right here. Okay, and the other one was a Euro USD from last week. This is where we opened. That's where we sold it. And USD CAD last week. Right here. So I'm going to go ahead and keep this on my day trading since things are heating up here right now. Let's take a look here real quick at the Four Horsemen. Missed opportunity, possibly. You can still kind of range in here, snag it, and drop, but yeah, missed opportunity, possibly. Still waiting on the pound yen to trigger my buy order. You can see here that it's the central pivot is actually right where my pointer's at. Most of it's being blocked out by the weekly central pivot, but I do have my entry that's well above with spread, so it's about 3 times the amount of spread. So it hasn't come down there yet. I learned my lesson from last week. If you want to watch that, it's titled "Mistakes Were Made," and that's dealing with the, I believe it was the Euro US dollar. It was this guy right in here. I had my pending order that was too low. Still waiting on the pound dollar to hit my weekly M2 and make a bounce, pull above central pivot. Also, I'm marking out the possible setup here on the Australian. This bounce here on central pivot. Again, that would be setting up for tomorrow. I do want to point something out here real fast. I guess I haven't been on my game lately because we had already reached the. Okay, let me expand this here and draw this out. We had already reached this gray take profit zone right here. And so, therefore, in the rules that I have, this is not a valid sell for the swing trade this week. And I am in profit right now, but what I'm going to go ahead and do, because this is an invalid trade, and I just got, I guess, lucky on it. It could have continued all the way up, and that's something I need to fix I'm going to go ahead and let's expand this. I'm going to remove all risk. Okay, so there we go. We'll take you back to the day trading full pivots. Also, another thing here, now that I'm waking up with coffee, is that same situation as with the euro yen, the pound yen. We did hit the red zone here, so this would actually invalidate because we would have to come back below central pivot to come down to the daily M2. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this entry, and this is going to be a tomorrow's buy. I tried getting away with waking up at London Open, taking a look at my charts, placing my alerts, but what it looks like is that by the time that I get up, it takes me about an hour to clear my head. So maybe I'll just wake up and get my coffee at London Open and stay awake the whole session through. That way I can not make small, minute errors that make a big difference. Okay, I'm getting an alert here. Sounds like it's coming from
Alert, alert, alert.
Okay, it is. It's going to remove my potential risk. What a missed opportunity here. Okay, at the moment, I'm going to go ahead and remove the setup since we're moving below it in price for the euro yen. I'm going to go ahead and remove the trade setup here for the pound yen since we're moving under. And what we're looking for now, since this is all resetting, it would break about above the central pivot and a bounce. Looking for price to come up, break it back above central pivot, and bounce. We'll take a quick look here at the four horsemen. All right, so we are still pretty close to break even on the Australian yen. Devastating miss on the euro yen, and just above central pivot on the euro CAD. It's 7:47 a.m. 1 hour and 47 minutes into the New York session on Monday, the 16th of November. Okay, it's 9:06 a.m. 3 hours into the New York session. I'm going to go ahead and add a possible setup for tomorrow. This is my break above central pivot. Came down, broke back above the weekly, the big thick black line, and we're setting up for tomorrow. The Australian strength is really hurting my four horseman trade. There we go. That's the Australian strength there. So it's battling the yen strength. Okay, it is 10:32 my time, 10:32 a.m., which is 4 hours and 30 minutes into the New York session. What I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to upload this video and start a new one right away, and we'll pick up where we left off. We'll see you in the next video.